one massive moving of the goalposts. Shimon, stick around. Joining us now to discuss is former New York City prosecutor Paul Callan. Paul, I don't think we can understate this. The president's lawyers no longer denying that members of the Trump campaign colluded with Russia. Should we imagine here that they've gotten a heads up, they've gotten wind of evidence that the special counsel has turned up? Because Giuliani, people love to say Giuliani, he's a loose cannon, et cetera, but he makes these statements with cause, and we've seen that in the past.
Yes, he always starts out with these broad generalities about the president's innocence and the campaign innocence, and then eventually, as we saw happened in the Daniels case, when there was a denial that the president knew anything about the payoff, eventually Giuliani came out and said, well, he did know about the payoff, but he found out about it later.
Money,
now, this is much, much bigger. And the reason I say that is this is the missing link. This is the connection between contact with the Russians and collusion with the Russians, if it's true. Having contact with the Russians during a presidential campaign is not criminal. It is criminal, however, if you slip them polling information so that they can hack into or use hacked material to try to influence selected districts that might be in the interest of the Trump campaign.
Right.
That's the missing link that could turn this into a very serious collusion case.
And so the goalposts that were moved by Giuliani last night in that extraordinary interview that Chris did is that he is now trying to insulate and protect the president.
Yep.
Yes.
The president from the people around him. Now, the question becomes, does Mueller have any evidence that ties anyone who may have colluded on the Trump team back to the president? How hard of a line is that to draw, and how significant?
Well, it is a difficult thing to do, although I think if you step back, most people would say, how could the president not know that his campaign manager is slipping polling information to the Russians? How could the president not know when his own son orchestrated a meeting in the Trump Tower with Russian representatives to get dirt on Hillary Clinton? It all looks like the president knew a lot, but the defense here is that he didn't know. So you will have to see what Mueller has. I'm assuming that there may be other things, because the Mueller investigation has been so thorough and detailed in every case when an indictment is filed. So I think eventually we're going to see a lot more of this connection.
Paul Callan, thank you for your expertise this morning.